Hello, I'm Brennan Way. You're listening to Simple as ABD. As the title so clearly suggests, each episode of this show features conversations based around subjects beginning with a certain letter of the alphabet. Not like QI. This show isn't hosted by a national treasure. Each week I'll have a range of words written on a whiteboard as prompts, but the chat could go anywhere. This week we're effing off. We could face our fears, frighten frenemies, fight the French foreigners, or forage for food in the fridge. The show will be funny, fun, fabulous, and Fahrenheit. Let's meet my guest. It's my fantastically frenetic friend, Scott Freeman. Hello!
Hello, Brendan Way.
How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, thanks. Yourself?
Yeah, pretty good. Bit hot, but
Yeah.
I'm just excited.
Yeah, that's good.
It's
good to perspire.
Yeah, if I didn't, I would die.
Oh, interesting fact.
Fact begin with F. First question begin with F. Would you ever let your facial fur grow so you were fuzzy as Fuzzy? Because you were sporting a pretty big beard. I mean, would you ever let it go all over if you could? Would you like to be a bear?
Yes.
Do you want to expand on that? How long would that take? I mean,
to get as big as a bear with my beard, I think it'd take me, a solid 3 years.
Mm-hmm. So we just need to leave you a log cabin away from everyone else, and then 3 years later you'll emerge, triumphant, remember me, world.
I'm gonna keep my beard growing until I have a job interview for next year.
Really?
Yeah, that's my plan.
Okay, shave the day before.
Yeah.
You're gonna need to take a day out to shave it all.
Yeah.
You may be half bare by then.
Well, I think the length I've got it at now is a comfortable length, and I've got my special clippers. So
I'll hedge secateurs.
No.
That's what you need at the end.
Yes. No. They're Remington clippers.
Oh, fancy.
Oh, so, yes.
What
yes. So I'm going to clip my beard back down to this length. I just want it to get so big that as I'm walking along Winchester High Street, I accidentally hit people with it.
Is it going to get to the extent that you have food stuck in it? Or is that already...
That's started to happen the last week.
And do you find it convenient?
It's nice when you find nice food in there, but when you find the kind of the snacks in between, like when you find a dry noodle, you can't eat that.
Oh.
Or when you find, a little bit of sausage, it's just like, I will have this sausage. I don't know.
Do you ever place food there intentionally?
Yeah. Yes. Little cubby holes in my beard. It's like a network of cubby holes.
Just find a bird nesting in there.
Yeah.
It'll become so long you won't be able to know what's there.
Yeah, just a small falcon in my beard, starting a family, building a nest out of the dry noodles.
You can turn it into a game, see what we can put in your beard, see if it stays.
I think a pen would stay.
Yeah,
probably. I think we're at that stage. I don't think we're at kind of, Bovril stage. Yeah.
You like human buckaroo. Beard buckaroo.
I've always wanted to be a donkey. Why? I just quite like the idea of having a saddle on my back.
Okay, well, we can get you that anyway.
Yeah.
Do you want to carry stuff?
I just quite like the idea of having a saddle.
You don't want to carry anything, you just like saddle.
No, as a fashion statement,
What is the statement?
That I was a donkey in a past life.
Yeah, that's quite a different statement. Go up a catwalk, just strolling up for your saddle.
Yeah.
Hey, world, I used to be a donkey. What of it?
Yeah, it's like women get corsets, but the men should get saddles.
Very different purposes.
You
could use the saddle as a corset, with one on each side.
That's true. Man saddle.
That sounds kind of wrong, I don't know why.
I don't want anyone to ride me.
No. The phrase man saddle sounds kind of wrong.
Does it? What image is that creating in your mind right now?
I don't know. Mankini?
Mankini?
A mankini could be your man saddle.
Man saddle.
Or maybe it carries your man saddle. I don't know. It's just dodgy to me.
Yeah. Well, that's how I'm going to brand it, I'm afraid.
What, to be dodgy?
Be dodgy? That's not the tagline.
Man saddle, be dodgy. What's the tagline of man saddle?
The tagline of man saddle is, do it like a donkey.
What, be well hung?
That too.
Do it like a donkey.
Yeah. Just have a picture of me almost like a meerkat at the front, but as a donkey. Like they'd stick the big ears on me.
Right. Okay. Like Shakespeare play where the guy turns into
ass. Yeah. Can I say that on?
Yeah, on the internet. Yeah, fine.
On the internet, that's fine.
Yeah, I'll only censor the worst words.
Yeah. Okay. I will try to refrain with my filthy mouth. Oh, there's another F.
Yeah.
Filthy.
Well, there is a filthy F word which you could say, but that's quite bad.
Yeah, F is just a filthy letter, isn't it?
Yep.
It just invites foreign flavours.
Yep, foreign flavours.
Vocabulary. That's fee, but
some
people might think it's an F. Vocabulary.
Oh, right. No one thinks it's vocabulary.
Vocabulary.
Like it's a fake vocabulary.
Vocabulary. A vocabulary for your foes.
Yes.
It's my coinage of the day.
I think man-saddle, that is
Man.
man-saddle and vocabulary.
Yeah.
What other words can we invent in this show?
I've tried piping a new word into social circles.
Piping it.
Piping it. Like my body is a pipe and my mouth is the sputter or whatever it is that is at the end of the pipe that produces the pipe gases.
Yes, okay.
So my word is swank. And so this
Okay.
word means not good. And so basically if you sit down on a chair in a coffee shop and it's an uncomfortable chair, you can go, man, this is swank.
Okay, but swanky already means like luxurious and pretty nice.
I know, but
So
we're
maybe I can
redefining
use
it.
that. Okay.
Because people probably got really confused when people started using wicked in a good way.
Yeah, true. Cool.
Cool.
Hot.
Yeah. So swank. That's where we're going next. We're going to the moon and we're going to place a swank flag on it. Or an uncomfortable flag, and the moon's going to be really unhappy about it.
Okay. An uncomfortable flag? What? It's like got a racist image? It's just poking the moon? Why is it swank?
Because it's made out of PVC.
Okay.
No one wants to wear PVC. Even the moon.
Our moon we thought was pretty tolerant of all textures, but no, it doesn't like PVC.
No. I mean, I believe stone would be... Why don't people wear stone? Well, obviously, like, as like a medallion.
Yeah.
People don't use the things that they make jewellery for as clothes. You don't have, like,
No.
metal clothes. You don't have,
Well,
like...
chainmail.
Well, chainmail, but
That was
that's...
practical.
Unfortunately, that's a piece of fashion that's gone out of, fashion.
Yeah.
Another F. Ding
Yeah.
ding! Yeah, so unfortunately chainmail's gone out. No one wears gold suits, like actual suits made of gold.
True. Expensive, not very strong.
Yeah, but there's a lot of them, like stone, as I was saying.
Yeah.
Or like, those nice rocks you get, like ammonite and like amethyst, that kind of
Yeah.
thing. No one wears clothes, like an amethyst scarf.
Yeah, because you wouldn't be able to move it.
You would.
Like you're like wearing a statue.
You'd have like string that connects to amethyst. So it's like,
Okay, so like chainmail but out of rock.
yeah.
Okay.
So like,
It'd be quite expensive. It's hard to find those rocks.
well, just get Primark to make knockoff versions. It's going to be really cheap.
It's just a painted pebble.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you wear that?
I'd wear some stone shoes or an
Even though
amethyst.
it'd be swank.
Even though it'd be swank, yeah.
It's
I'd be-
cool. Fashion's not comfortable. I'll just wear it anyway.
I'd be swank king.
Oh dear. Can you say that word on the internet? A swank king.
I'd be a swank king. Sorry, kids, 30 years from now, I just swore at you.
Yeah, that word may have long gone out of. Well, I think it's quite archaic.
Swank.
No, swank king.
Or swank king.
The word it sounds like.
Yes.
Americans like censor it.
Swans.
No, the Americans.
Oh.
The Americans. Swans censor it.
Swansea? What?
Are you deaf? What's happening?
Oh no, I keep interrupting. So what words are they censoring?
Wanking.
Oh, you're going to need to edit that out.
It's fine.
Fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not using it in aggressive context, so BBBFC, or how many FCs there are, wouldn't censor it.
Who's the BBFC?
The British Board of Film Classification.
Oh, I knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be something more exciting than that. Like the...
Badger Brigade for calligraphy. I tried up on an interesting C word.
Calligraphy?
Yep.
Why does calligraphy need badges? Whole brigade full of them.
How many badgers make a brigade? That's the question we need to answer.
That is very good. If only we'd be doing B today. But no, we're doing F, so I guess we'll have
Yeah,
to...
but the conversation can jump to anything.
I know. I could say a lot about badges.
A badger brigade specifically, or just the subject of badgers?
Well, I think I should be the man, if there is a badger brigade, to instigate it.
Okay.
Because I believe I know their movements well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could you talk to them so we don't have to cull them?
Yeah, I could talk to them.
You can talk to the badgers.
Yeah, I'll just dress
Regular
up
little Doctor
I'll just dress up like Brian May and it'll be fine.
Who. He is their king.
He is their king.
Not the Swan King. He's not the Swan King. He's
Swank
not king.
king.
Swank King. He's not the king of the swans.
No.
Who's king of the swans?
Well, whoever the queen was married to.
True. Yes.
The king.
No, we don't like him.
No, we're going to though. Like in
Yeah.
our lifetime, little George,
Yeah.
who's just been christened,
Yeah.
he's going to be our king at some point in our lives. That's crazy.
Yeah.
We see the king born and then rise to be king. That's insane.
Well, yeah, we didn't see him born.
Well, we basically did see him born. The press was in
They
there.
showed practically everything but the actual physical birth.
Okay, so that's the bit they'll keep out of the movie.
Yeah, Oh yeah, I was going to say they should make a movie with the Queen. They did it. They called it the Queen. It was Helen Mirren. It was good.
Yeah. If Helen Mirren,
Yes.
Meryl Streep, and
Yes.
Judi Dench had a bubble bar,
Mm-hmm.
what do you think would happen?
They have a gay old time. I don't know. I thought you were going to say, what if Meryl Streep, Dame Judi Dench, and Helen Mirren die? Who would play all the famous women? You know, they've played some pretty important matriarchs between them.
They have, but they all really annoy me. Like Meryl Streep
Okay.
she's really sexy in a really kind of bizarre way because she's an old lady, but there's just something.
That's old.
How old is she?
I don't know. Keep talking. I'll Google it.
But yeah, she is pretty old, but there's just something about her. She just has this silkiness to her.
And not good quality.
No, it's good. It's good. It's just I'm uncomfortable with the fact
She's
that
64. That's not old.
that's very old. Like back when she was in Deer Hunter, it's just like yes. And now she's old. It's like yes, but I feel weird about it.
Oh.
I do. But then Judi Dench just gets on my wick.
Mm-hmm.
That's a word I want to start using more.
Okay.
She
That and swank. Yeah.
she swanks my wick.
Okay.
She wicks my swank.
Yeah. Why does she annoy you?
There's just something about her, the way she talks to James Bond that really annoys me. She's like, shut up. He's James Bond. Talk to him like he's your son. He's not. I don't know. She just feels an old headmistress.
Well, it's a good quality.
If you're a headmistress, yeah.
Well, no, it's good. She's got her little boys with their guns. That's the whole point of Sky Called. She's essentially their mother.
I know. It's just she takes the fun away from it. And right, you know.
There's got to be a killjoy going, you know what, we need to do paperwork, guys. Just knock that guy out the 7-story window. We need to cover our asses here.
Charlie Hunnam from Sons of Anarchy fame, he was playing Christian Grey.
Mm-hmm.
And until recently, he pulled out.
Good choice of words. Pulled out. The
Yeah.
amount of people who loved that headline. Like, I know what we can do. We can do an innuendo here.
Yeah. So he dropped out of
Yeah.
of 50
Oh, right. I'm busy. Sorry, I can't actually do this film. Sorry, no. Bye.
I'm sure that's how he went. That's why he met up.
He actually got round to reading the script.
Yeah.
But it's based on this really popular book. It's I have to
Put it where?
He'd never heard of sex before. I put my ding-a-ling in her foo-foo.
Oh,
Mother won't like that.
That's a brilliant F word. Foo-foo. That's what I want to name my cat.
Just people snicker every time they hear the name.
Yeah. I had to watch a documentary last week called Diary of a Teenage Virgin.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the girls in it, one of the things she says, I have to go into the witness protection program if I was found with a hairy foof.
What?
Yeah.
What? I don't. Why would she have to?
Because she'd be so embarrassed.
Oh, she don't have proof she didn't see someone commit crime? That's not what a witness protection is for. If they did for every time a teenager was embarrassed.
The vagina isn't a third eye, Brendan. Can't witness crimes.
The vagina is the third eye.
Yeah.
I failed biology. No, I was actually very good at labelling genitalia for biology.
What, you had a class on labelling genitalia?
Well, not physical ones in front of us. You know, they showed us diagrams.
Diagrams of genitalia.
Yeah, they want you to know where everything goes and is. They want you to understand your bodies.
So, we have two models here. I would like you to tell us which one is a ding-a-ling, which one's a foo-foo.
You said that one of these sex videos we were shown was just people getting out of the shower and then it zoomed in on their genitalia and it turned into a diagram. So if I look really closely at my ding-a-ling, there will be arrows and annotations and
Yeah. So,
really disconcerting.
how could they do sex ed classes better?
I don't want to say show porn, but well, yeah, all the videos they show us are kind of outdated. My brother famously remembers one that said willies are like noses. They come in different sizes.
Wow.
That's just confusing.
Yeah. Willies are like noses.
Yeah.
Right.
Vaginas are like third eyes.
They see everything.
Ooh.
Even crimes.
That's the plot of your new film.
Yeah.
Would you ever change your name?
I thought about changing my name. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a lot Scott Freeman, so distinguish yourself as a musician. I mean, he's got great ring to it. Scott Freeman! But yeah, you need something pretty unique to make him an eye.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'd eventually have to get a band, and then the band would have its own name, and then eventually I could go solo, and by that point I'd have enough money to buy the rights of Scott Freeman off of anyone. You know?
Or you would be known as Scott Freeman from Name of Band.
Yeah, Freeman.
Yeah, and then you break out and be Scott Freeman.
Yeah. But not really, I changed my name. I mean, obviously David Bowie, he changed his name, but I like my name.
So it's not a unique name. It's a great name. It's got great ring to it.
I had a short phase on my music Facebook profile where a stream of different Scott Freemans liked my page. But I have a Scott Freeman from North Carolina. I have a Scotty Freeman from Australia.
Okay.
And I think I've even got a female Scott Freeman on there somewhere.
Scott as a woman's name. It's short for?
I don't know, Nova Scotia.
What, her name's Nova Scotia?
Yeah, Scott's in Nova Scotia, isn't it?
Yes.
So her name's actually Nova.
Okay. I've actually been in Nova Scotia.
Was it nice?
Yeah. Played hockey in the street, went whale watching for my brother's birthday, saw no whales.
Saw no whales?
Pretty wasted trip. Yeah. Saw Spider-Man when it came out. When we went in the cinema, there was a guy dressed as Spider-Man at the front, entertaining until it was on.
Which Spider-Man?
Tobey Maguire, first.
Do you like that one?
I think it's one of the best superhero origin films I've seen.
Yeah, it is good. I watched it again last summer and I just think it is quite cheesy. Like, I think it's a bit dated now, but it's a really good film. And I think the second one is even better. Batman doesn't have any powers.
Superman doesn't need a team.
Yeah.
Superman's pretty much invincible unless you've got kryptonite, which most people do. So he doesn't really need friends.
Yeah, and people pitch to me kind of how,
They pitch to you? Are you making a film?
I wish I was making a film. No, I will make Daredevil one day. What about that film? I'd also love that. But
wait, you want to be Batman and you want to... No, you want to be Bond.
I don't want to be Bond.
What did you say earlier? You wanted to be Batman?
I want to be Batman.
Right, you want to be Batman and director. You want to be Batfleck. Okay.
Yeah, Bat Freeman.
That's what you could change your name to.
Yeah. So someone came up to me and I said, there's no point in the Justice League. They're all gods, pretty much, apart from Batman, who's the only interesting character in the Justice League. And they said the fact that Batman and Green Lantern are always in conflict because Batman preys on fear, and the kind of point of Green Lanterns is that they fail fear.
Yeah.
And so they're always batting heads. So I was like, that's just not enough for me.
Yeah.
I really don't care. And for me, Batman's villains, I don't like it when they're crazy superpowered. I think Christopher Nolan hit it straight on the head.
Yeah, they're rooted in reality. Which is weird why you go in the Justice League with something they're aliens. Such as these gods.
Yeah. It's like placing Batman in the Avengers. Could you see Batman going into a wormhole with a nuke? No, you couldn't.
But then Tony Stark couldn't imagine it either. They're probably so conflicted with this post-traumatic stress disorder.
Which I think in Iron Man 3 is really clever, the fact they've got all these soldiers that have blown themselves up and he's suffering from PTSD.
Yeah, there needed to be some fallout from the Avengers. They can just walk away and go, yeah, normal day at the office.
But I think of the Iron Man films, they're more, they almost have a commentary on politics and kind of where we are at in the world.
They're very political, involving America's role in the war on terror and especially the first.
Yeah, I think, Iron Man 2 is probably the weaker one because it doesn't have a lot of that.
No, it doesn't. The first one, he's making weapons for the military, and then he decides to go against that. And the third one is all about terrorism and the Mandarin.
Yeah, so, and it's just interesting, like, what's going to happen, in politics in the next 10 years, and how is that going to affect superhero cinema? Because I think that,
it'd be great if in the next film, like, there's an American shutdown again.
Yeah.
Superheroes have to rule.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. We shall see.
Yeah, we shall see in the future what these films hold.
Yeah. Long live the future.
Yes. We still need a future.
Yeah.
We shan't just stop.
Well, the future could stop, couldn't it? If the future was conscious, it was aware of itself.
The future doesn't exist. How can I say it doesn't exist?
But you said we have to have a future, so the future exists.
Wow, this just took a serious philosophical turn. Okay, yes. Continue.
Yeah, so if the future exists and becomes self-conscious, it becomes self-aware, that's what I mean. If the future becomes
self-conscious. Don't look at me, don't look at me! I'm not ready yet!
Yeah, so if the future becomes self-aware, then can it stop itself from happening?
Well, it's not a physical thing. How would it stop? kill itself? I don't know how a future would stop itself.
What if the future became self-aware
Yes. With
and then realised that it actually had a body? Its body was space and time, and it encapsulated all these things. That's the body of the future. You know, it became self-aware. Could it implode, and so that our lives would stop here, and that we'd stay talking to this microphone for the rest of our lives, not realising it?
What do you mean we'd be stuck in stasis?
We'd be stuck in stasis,
We'd be stuck in the present because we can't move.
Like clocks would stop, everything would stop, like no one would leave.
But then the future's relative, so we are the future to what happened yesterday. So would all time implode?
No, just this current timeline that we're in. So us here right now,
Okay.
we would stop. It'd be like a tape reel, just like the same footage would just keep playing.
Oh, just like looping, We're stuck forever.
Forever, yeah. Until someone from a future timeline, before the future destroyed itself, comes back and repairs the future.
There can't be a future timeline if the future is stopped.
Perhaps someone
You're creating a paradox, sir.
Perhaps, just before the future destroyed itself, someone became aware that the future had become self-aware and discovered that it had a body, which was all space and time. So this person travelled back in time to our time now. So that person.
So you're thinking of a high-concept Terminator film?
Yes, where the Terminator comes back to stop the future from killing itself.
And so we have to talk to the physical manifestation of the future.
Yes, which is impossible.
Well, this is impossible.
Yeah, and so Terminator would probably just kill someone that looked like the future. So kill a cyberpunk or something. You're the future. Like, kill all the children. You're the future.
Yeah. Yeah, children of the future, kill them. Kill all the children.
Yeah, it could be some maniac who comes back in time. He's been screwed up by the fact that time itself has destroyed itself.
It's a pretty high concept to grasp. I mean, I'm barely getting it.
And so it would drive you insane, and then you go back in time, which would screw you up further. And so I don't think, Bruce Willis, spoiler alert, he comes back and he kills all those children, doesn't he?
Yes. Is that a spoiler for life? Have you just revealed that Bruce Willis will come back and stop the future?
Bruce Willis would be a brilliant Terminator, wouldn't he?
What, Bruce Willis now?
Yeah, why not? He's bald, he's kind of a bit stoic, he's lost his acting talent.
Right. You're comparing that to the young Arnold Schwarzenegger with hair?
Yeah.
You think he needs to be a bitter person?
This guy, well, yeah, obviously he's a maniac that goes around killing children because they're the future, and he believes that the future's going to kill itself, so he kills the future before it can kill itself. If you were the future, would you kill yourself? If you became self-aware that you are an entity?
I think I'd be ignorant of bliss. I don't think I would know that. How would you possibly? It's quite a big thing to guess at. How would you realise you're the future? How would you suddenly become aware?
Because someone would cross into a parallel universe, and that would upset our timeline, and things would become distorted. And so, because there'd be that. It's almost as if you've got a piece of string, and you've got two parallel pieces of string on the table, and someone's torn one piece of string in order to get onto the other piece of string. So, because that's happened, that split becomes apparent to the two lines, and so it becomes self-aware.
Yeah, like I feel it, like a twinge.
Yeah, like a twinge. So that obviously happens.
Something's a bad thing about this. What's happened?
What's happened? Yeah, exactly. So something's happened, and all that does, because there's no chance of repairing that, is it causes unrest.
You can't tie up the string. No,
you can't tie up the string. There's no way to do that. So they just begin to fluctuate more and more. The strings are just waving. So time is becoming more and more disrupted because of this split, because someone's passed into that other line. That other line's fine, though obviously that person to come back would have to split that string.
Why did they cross?
Why did they cross? Why did the chicken cross the road?
To get to the other side.
Exactly, they wanted to get to the other side.
So what was on the other side?
What was on the other side for the chicken?
Grain?
Grain, so they were going after magical grain. Or perhaps they screwed up their life in this timeline, so they wanted to cross over.
Well, maybe it's Bruce Willis, so it's a paradox. He's the one who actually caused the break, but he's the one who actually uses it.
Yeah, so there you go. There's some high concept sci-fi for you.
Yeah, and that's what you think is actually going to happen. That's not like a pitch. That's the future. That's what's coming.
That is what's coming.
That's what we've got to look forward to. Just us in a loop, us in a loop, us in a loop, us in a loop, us in a loop.
Yeah. Because if anything screwy is going to really happen to society, it's going to mean anything, it's going to be by someone famous that we all love. They're going to deceive us.
The ones we love hurt us the most.
Exactly.
And we love Bruce Willis.
Exactly. So if Bruce Willis turned against us and split the fabric of space and time, and so everything became, disordinate, and then the future became self-aware, and so decided to destroy itself, and we were all stuck in the loop, and Bruce Willis is sitting on a beach in a parallel universe, and drinking mojitos.
What, you got that?
No, he's in that parallel universe. He's just sitting on a beach somewhere drinking mojitos.
Or in a parallel universe, we're all doing very different things.
I know, but it doesn't mean there's still not going to be beaches and mojitos.
In one universe, you're holding the mic. In one universe, we're both girls. In one universe, we've got no heads.
Can we go to the one where we're both girls? I think it'd be hilarious.
What? So, we go to see our girl selves?
Yeah, I'd like to see what that would be like.
Well, you wouldn't have a beard for stuff.
I like the idea that when we go into dreams that we're in a parallel universe.
Okay. So it's not our brain trying to sort out problems and bring up our subconscious fear. We're in a different world.
No, that's us trying to rationalise it, because Freud was uncomfortable with it when he discovered that it's actually a parallel universe. So he created a huge network of thought, a huge theory, to hide from us the truth. That's what Freud was about, covering up the truth.
Okay, and the truth is we're in a parallel universe when we dream.
Yes, that's what Freud didn't want us to know.
Okay, and what is this alternate universe like in your head?
Well, it's like my dreams.
Do we all have different universes then? Do we all have personal alternate universes we go to?
I believe so.
Because your dream world would be different from my dream world.
Yeah, I believe the galaxy would be that big that, be all these different worlds. And we travel around to different worlds, but you never know what the world is because there's gazillions of people.
This is the one where everyone's a box. That's quite a cartoony laugh. It's like you make up that laugh for a crazy character. That did not sound like a real laugh.
That was a real laugh.
Just with a timbre that you wouldn't expect to hear on a human.
Yeah, I did not anticipate hearing that laugh. Man, can we go to the parallel universe where, we're all boxes and then the one we're all female?
Yeah, I don't think you get a choice in your dreams. You don't go to sleep going, well, I want to go to a universe where all my shirts are permanently ironed. Nobody is able to control their... I want to sleep with Scarlett Johansson in this dream tonight. Nobody is able to control their brain like that.
I wish I was able to control my brain like that. I would really love that. Dream would take a lot of stress off my shoulders.
Why?
Because Scarlett Johansson.
What stress are you carrying around?
Well, everyone has just different stresses, don't they?
And one of them's related to Scarlett Johansson? What do you mean?
Well, I just think I'd chill out a lot more if I slept with Scarlett Johansson.
You hear that, Scarlett? It would make his life a lot better. Writes the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
And when they play this clip on Jonathan Ross, I will regret it.
Oh dear, yeah.
I will have married Natalie Portman by then, which is a big controversy.
What happens to her dancer husband?
She was married to a dancer.
Well, she did Black Swan. I think she married her choreographer.
Yeah, well, he'll ballet away into the night and I'll dress up like a wolf and eat him.
Okay, well, you'll be covered in fur. You'll be able to get away with it.
Exactly.
I think you're a bear.
More people should commit crimes dressed as animals. I mean, we'd have more headlines just like, the lion strikes again. How about the armadillo?
Well, yeah, they'd have armour. That would be very useful. They'd be able to roll up into balls. They could knock their enemies over, like pins.
Well, they have a dillo gun.
What's a dillo?
It's like half an armadillo, isn't it? It's half a
right.
So, the dillo would shoot tiny little armadillos at them.
Oh, okay. Like baby armadillos, fake plastic armadillos, like Batman has the fake bats.
That you'd think that they were babies. Like, it would land and you'd go, oh, that's cute, and then it would explode. It would blow your heart up.
That's an intriguing prospect. Do you want to become the armadillo after you're Batman?
Yes, because I think after you've been a good guy for a while, you kind of just like...
Oh, the armadillo's the bad guy?
The armadillo's a bad guy.
Oh, okay.
Because I'd want to set up a superhero identity, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I would employ someone to stop a particular bad guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, this bad guy's going to come, you have to take him down. And so they would train to become that superhero, and then I would become that bad guy, and they would take me down, and it would reveal that I was actually the bad guy, and they'd be like, John! And I'd be like, yes, it was me. And I'm like, why didn't you do it? So I got bored of being a superhero, and I wanted someone to catch me.
Right, okay. You know you've just revealed that plot on here, so we now know that you're the armadillo.
Yes. But it won't be me. There'll be a fool.
Right,
Larry
okay.
the armadillo.
Again, you're revealing a plot on a podcast.
But you won't know who Larry is until the time comes.
Right.
Jason Bateman, that's an actor. Do you
Yes.
think he actually wants to change his name to Jason Batman? But they were just like, I don't think it's going to fly.
Yeah, you're not... I know it doesn't fly. Well, yeah, I don't think you get respect if your name is Jason Batman. Get pigeonholed for roles.
Can anyone pull a Batman as their second name?
Well, I think it was their middle name, maybe. Not many people know it, but I don't know. Some nerd probably has by default changed their name to Batman. But
Matt Batman. Matthew
yeah,
Batman.
if you say it like that, it's fine. But
Matthew
don't.
Batman.
Yeah, but don't know the Batman.
How about if Bat and Man was just an abbreviation of like his two names? He's actually called Batrick Manapee.
Okay, Batrick, I like.
Yeah.
How are you spelling Manapee?
I don't know, I don't like Manapee. Batrick.
Man, just two N's.
Batrick Man.
Yeah.
Don't like Man. Batrick Manuga. Batrick Manuga? I quite like that.
I think that's worse than Batman.
Okay, so we'll go with Batrick Man. And so Batrick Man.
Mm-hmm.
Who everyone calls him Bats for short.
Great nickname.
Yeah. And so he lives on an island.
Right.
Polar bears.
Okay, is it the Arctic or is it just got tanks or are they just sweltering in the sun?
He just owns a lot of fridge freezers.
Right, okay.
Yeah. And so Batrick Man, he rises up to be the new Batman. And he thinks, what can my superhero name be? I've just taken down all these illegal ninja polar bears on this island.
Oh, I thought they were his pets. Okay, no, they were training or
they were,
threats.
They
Okay.
were training on this island and then he crashed there.
Yep,
And then,
defeats them, makes it space.
but the story goes that when Batrick Man arrived
The
on the
story
island,
goes, saying like it's an urban legend. We're just members of Joe Public just discussing it. Did you hear?
yeah,
And he flies over.
did you hear that Batrick Man, he arrived on the island and there were all these polar bears that were training and he was actually trained by them and then they wanted him to go against what they taught him was their kind of motto. They told him just play it cool.
Or from West Side Story.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the polar bears did a dance sequence to cool. Dun, 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 dun.
Nice. Beautiful.
Play it cool, bats. That one in West Side Story. Better.
I did see it. There was a Batman musical on at the Edinburgh Fringe. I didn't see it. It was like still in production. It was Adam West like Batman, so that's already quite camp and colourful. So that does lend itself.
But yeah, then the polar bears turn against him, so he's to kill all the polar bears.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Animal Protection Agency comes out against him. So he's constantly fighting the Animal Protection Agency.
He's constantly fighting the RSPCA.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so he'd have lots of animal-themed villains, like the penguin.
And he beats up the animals.
Yeah, so he just beats up animals.
Batman is less sympathetic when he's this guy.
Yeah, he is. So he's just gone beating up loads of animals. He's gone crazy.
He's just defaming Batman by taking his name.
And it's like, no one understands me. Just like, these animals are all insane.
Oh, it justified the fact.
Yeah, they're all insane. But everyone looks at the animals and sees that they're all so fluffy. So no one understands my plight. The fact is, he's just insane.
Yeah.
And he just like kills these animals because he hears voices in his head whenever he sees
That raven
animals.
looked at me funny!
So he actually broke out the mental institute and shortened his name.
Yep, the first sign of madness.
Yeah. And then he teamed up with the Hand.
And
The Hand. He touches people. He jumps from the shadows and touches you. And he inspires you to do good things with your life.
touching me.
He touches you.
That's just what he did. That's the story officer touched me and said, go do good.
Yeah. So that would happen. So Batrick would eventually commit suicide because he realised that he was insane.
Are we still Joe Public discussing this in the street?
I think we are.
You don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know who you
Are
are.
we-
I'm the future.
You're the future.
Thanks for
What?
telling me this.
I'm actually Batrick Man.
That would be a twist. You kill the future.
I kill the future. Well, actually, you're wearing like polar bear hat. But I'm telling you that Batrick Man, no way, I'm Batrick Man. That Batrick Man killed himself. So you'll think that he's dead, but I'm actually alive. And I'm actually just about to kill you because you're a polar bear. But you're actually the future.
So the future would survive if I didn't have a hat on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the future died because I was wearing a funny hat.
Yeah, it was my day off. Not that you didn't have a day off. It's Casual Friday for the future.
Casual Friday for the future, where everyone in the world wears something casual.
Yeah, so we can have a future.
Yeah. The past, the present, the future all walk into a bar. It's confusing.
It was confusing as listening to a podcast in which it is outlined that the future will die when Batrick Man, who hates animals, turns rogue or something.
Yeah. I turned rogue. I turned her into a fiery car.
Into a fiery cow? What? Fiery car? What did you say?
A fiery cat.
Fiery cat. Why were you Scottish?
Because a random Scottish guy just walked to the flaming bed where the Future and Patrick Man were having a conversation. So the Scottish man interjected and
Right.
walked away. He's handing out these graphic novels now because.
Right. Did he write them?
No, he stole them from the burnt out Waterstones.
Right, okay.
Because obviously this is an apocalypse. Because the Future is sat around the burning bin with a.
Thought the Future was dead when Patrick Man killed the Future.
Patrick Man hasn't killed them yet. They're still having a conversation.
Right.
But because the Future is having time out, nothing's progressing forwards, so society just begins to unravel itself like a ball string, and so things are very, very hairy.
Just like good facts.
I like how we got back to the beard.
I always have to go back to the defining feature.
And this was what my beard would eventually. I would shave it off and stick it back together, and I'd sell it like.
Why?
Like Breaking Bad, they're selling off all the memorabilia.
Yep, making a bit of money.
You know what? I could sell my beard as a wig and people could wear it.
Yeah, turn upside down. Nice hat for him.
That's true. But the Futures probably shouldn't wear it because Patrick, man.
We'll think it's a hedgehog.
I think it's a hedgehog and then kill the Future again.
Again?
Because
We're gonna lose.
he kills the Future. So, I lost my voice. I think I'm slowly losing.
You're becoming Batman.
I'm slowly becoming Batman. What's happening?
Just I mean, everything is happening. You become Batman. Patrick becomes Batman. Then the Future is killed, and then Bruce Willis comes. Is this all happening now? Are we seconds away from ending?
I think so.
Well, in that case, we better wrap up.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you very much, Scott Freeman.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. We're all gonna die, people. It's been Talking Tosh as simple as ABD. Up and run away. See you next time.
Swans.